cameras. As we promised, we're going to be talking a little bit about the 2 pitfalls of job hunting, because we both know exactly how hard job hunting can be. First off, I'd like to introduce you to Michael.
Hello, everyone.
This is one of my coworkers, and we've also got Tina behind the camera. She's going to do a bit of a cameo. Hi. Awesome. Okay, so to start off with, our first point is going to be about not leaving when you're miserable. Not leaving when you're miserable. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I was trying to transition from like my old job to like finding a new job, I was like in a really weird place in my life. I was like, well, right now I'm not really feeling how great it is going at work, but worked past that and persevered until I was like, well, I'll be okay.
Right? Yeah, and like tell me about what you were thinking when you were sort of like, okay, how do I change my mindset? How do I turn this stuff around? Like how do I turn my mind around a little bit?
So yeah, I definitely like took a step back and appreciated everything that was good about my old work. Kind of like what I learned, like the people I had met and worked with. I was able to really like take that into like perspective and say, well, yes, I am a little bit miserable right now, but long term it actually benefits me a lot, and definitely brought like a much happier atmosphere to my recruiting efforts, and I think it definitely showed.
Yeah, and we were talking about that. We were talking about how an example of dating life, you know, when you're miserable, when you're desperate, that's when you come across that. People can sniff that out. It's awkward, it's weird, the dates don't go so well. And why, if you're gonna do that, you know, if you want to avoid doing that on a date, why would you not avoid doing that on an interview, right?
Absolutely, yeah. Seriously. Like,
you're so much more relaxed.
Desperation is like the most unattractive trait, you know?
Yeah, and people can pick it up, even at interviews, at whatever. So you're not yourself, you're not doing yourself a favor by, you know, not being relaxed, not being desperate, essentially.
And you definitely learn the most when you're most miserable, like you up your technical skills, your people skills, and like you carry that forward with you. Like definitely reflecting on like my past 2 years of working, like wow, like I've learned so much and really appreciate it.
Yeah, you were telling me about how when you're miserable, you really are in a place where you're learning the most, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why would you wanna waste that opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. Like I just took a step back and was like, well, right now I am miserable, but it's so stressful, but I am learning so much at the same time, and like wow, like looking back on it right now, I'm like I don't regret it at all.
Right? And what I'm hearing you say is that you had patience with yourself.
Right, like
to get out of that pitfall of, you know, not leaving when you're miserable.
Didn't really want to like just rush it. Like you want to leave when you're happiest, because that's when you make like the most like educated decisions about yourself. Like you shouldn't rush it. Definitely take time to like evaluate where you're at, get through the tough parts, and then go from there.
Awesome, sounds good. So to recap, don't leave when you're miserable. Get yourself out of that situation. Have patience with yourself and be you, right? Be the best you. Awesome. So second pitfall that we fell into when we were job hunting, but then got ourselves out of it, was being narrow-minded in your search. Tell me a little bit about how you felt like you were doing that. How did you correct yourself? Yeah,
initially when I first started job searching, I was like, well, I've had such like a rough experience with this current job that I just don't want to be in this industry anymore. But that's definitely like wasted like 2 months thinking that way. I was like, all right, no more accounting, I'm done with it, but I want to do finance only. But then like reflecting on it, it got past like being miserable actually, and I was like, you know, I learned a lot about accounting. Would it really make sense for me to throw away like 2 to 3 years of my life that I've always invested into this?
Exactly, and like, so it was almost when you turned that around, when you started being a little bit more broad-minded, right? You open doors for yourself. You open doors for yourself. You start looking for something that's going to be a better marriage for you, what you want to do and what you are doing and what skills you have. At the end of the day, when you want a job, you want one who's going to value what you've actually learned, right? Mm-hmm. So why would it being narrow-minded in your search, you're throwing all that good stuff away. You're throwing all that opportunity to get a good, you know, paycheck at the end of the day, right?
And definitely I overcorrected when I was trying to look for a job initially. It's like, should I really discount like all jobs in this industry based on like an experience with one job? That's probably not reasonable at all, right?
Yeah, exactly. And what ends up happening is 2 things. Yeah, you heard you say that you lost time, right? You lose time, and that's what, as a job hunter, one of the biggest things you could probably be scared of is losing time. So why would you not want to help yourself by making sure you can do something that doesn't lose your time, right? And the second thing is, again, coming back to our other point about interviewing better, you interview better when you show that you're grateful for what you have, right? That's a really important skill that every interviewer wants to see. If you can show that, hey, I like what I do, but I want more, and your company will let me give me that little bit more, then you come across more grateful, you come across someone that wants to spend 40 hours with, right? Yeah. And yeah, so there you go, guys. To recap the second point, it's about making sure you don't lose time by being narrow-minded. Do what you're good at, be grateful for what you're doing, and take it with you in your job hunt. Awesome.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you.